Alright, we're doing another 10-5. I'm going to play a different opening this time. I usually play c5, the Sicilian defense, but I'm going to try... You know what? I'm going to try the Scandinavian. I don't know really any theory, but I want to try something different. As long as you follow principles, you should really be fine. You don't really need to know theory at this level. And now I'm officially confused. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can take this pawn and not try hang on to it. If people are... You know, usually a good thing is if people gambit pawns, you don't really have to overprotect it. Just let it go. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take... And I'm not going to overprotect that pawn. Actually, I've seen this before. I'm not going to protect that pawn now. I'm going to imagine he's going to go somewhere here, trying to, you know, attack this, and he's going to, you know, whatever. So let's just get my knight out. It's more so for developing the knight rather than defending this pawn. And yeah, so this is right. So he wants that. I think I might kick this knight out. And it also serves a function of when, you know, he's just released his bishop, that he won't be able to pin my knight here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And if he decides to take with the knight, I'll take. And we could even trade queens. And just go straight into the endgame. I do want to practice my endgames a little bit, so I think I'm going to do that. Let's see what happens. Let's trade the queens off. Now, this is more so a sort of queenless endgame. I have 2 bishops, he has 2 bishops. I want to be solid, so I might do this and get this long diagonal while I can. Although he does have a quite annoying check here with the thing. So if I go here, check, I'm going to have to play c6. That's not great. I want to keep my pawn solid, though. I might castle on the queen side. So if I go here, he checks. I can put the knight in front and then move the queen and then castle queen side. I think that would be quite good. So let's go ahead and do that. But my goal now is to keep all of the pawns kind of solid. And we'll see how this endgame plays out. And that's the thing. I want to learn a little bit more about endgames because I'm only 1800 rated on Lichess, so I think it's quite important. So let's see. General plans, I don't even know what general plans I could do. It's very symmetrical, probably a draw. Okay, so he centralizes his bishop, which is pretty good. He can't castle, which is good. Alright, so let's just develop the bishop, otherwise he's going to go here, right? So let's develop our bishop, attack this e-pawn. He defends the e-pawn, which is good. I might want to play here to sort of play against that bishop, but also let my bishop free. I think that would be a pretty good idea. Or here and castles queenside. And then try get some kind of attack going here. No, let's let our bishop out first. And then let's do that in castle. Or I can even go knight here and knight here, or something along those lines. Or say knight here and it can hop here or here. Alright, he centralizes his king. I'm pretty sure he wants to go here to kind of stop me from castling on that side. So I might just castle on the king side. Let's see, where can I put my bishop? Let's go here. I like this flexibility of the knight. And let's see what happens. I'm just a little bit worried about his knight if he comes out here. He can't hop here, but he can hop here, so I might have to play a6. A little bit of an ugly move, but I think it's necessary just to stop the knight from coming in too much. But otherwise, I think this is Pretty equal. Alright, so he wants to probably go here, right? In that case, I probably want to go a5, but the thing is, if I play a5, I do give him this square almost forever, so I'm going to refrain from actually playing a5. I could maybe play something like a6, b5 in here, and then eventually play c5 myself. That's actually really tempting, a6, b5, and then I could put my bishop there. Or should I just focus? You know, should I just not move my pawns too much? I think I might just keep my pawns a little bit solid. And then we'll see what we can do. So I'm gonna I need to get my bishop out. Okay, I might castle. Let's castle queenside. He might try to pawn storm me, but it might be. I think it might be okay. All right, so he centralizes his bishop. It's, you know, very tempting to play something like this, but this would fall, and I just want it. As I said, I just want to keep my solidity in this. I might want to play here and then get my bishop on the long diagonal, which actually I'm really liking at the moment. So, where are you going to go, bishop? Are you going to go here or go back? And I'm going to go ahead and get this beautiful diagonal and put some pressure alongside here. And then my rooks will be connected. I can maybe hop my knight in here, and it prevents him from pushing that pawn. And I could even push my f-pawn soon. Not now, but soon. Alright, so let's get this long diagonal. Put some pressure now. Directly attacking his b-pawn. And again, I think he needs to get the knight out because this is a good square. I need to play here. He might want to go here, you know, it's... Alright, he protects that, but... Okay. No. Candidate moves, candidate moves. I think something like this, he goes back, and then I can attack this pawn. And how does he defend it? He kind of has to go back here. And I can take... And he takes, and then I have two bishops. So let's say here, he moves back somewhere. I mean, he can move here if he wants to, really. But okay, let's centralize my knight. And maybe a good idea would be to double up the rooks and completely dominate this open file. So again, his knight hasn't moved, right? And if he goes back with the bishop here or here, then this move really, really puts the pressure on this pawn. And I'm either getting the double bishops or I'm winning that pawn. So he kind of has to keep on this diagonal, which, I mean, if he goes here, I can maybe kick him out, and then he has to go here, and then I can go here, and then he has to push the pawn. So we'll see what happens. But based off my activity of my pieces, this is looking pretty good for me. Although I would say it might be equal or close to equal. Okay, so he goes back here, and I think if I go here, now he can push that pawn. And then I'd have a lot of pressure here, but the knight would be protecting it. See, it's a little bit tough. So maybe what I want to do is double up the rooks. Now, I'm not actually going to play d7. Reason being, I want to play d6 with the rook to protect this pawn, because I do want to go here, takes, and get this open file, maybe. But here would be good because it can't be attacked, and it's all good with the rook. So I play here, protecting this, giving flexibility to double up, but also giving flexibility to play the f pawn. And I'm just going to leave my knight here. I guess he could play this. In which case, I'm not so sure what to do. I mean, I could take, and then yeah, this pawn would be hanging. So, okay, let's play rook here. I really like that move. And he finally gets the knight out. Wow. And I have to be careful because this, now, you know, this pawn is protected. But okay. I do have a check here. I do also want to almost play c5 myself. But maybe just go with this plan. Right? Let's go with this plan. Let's open things up. And if he doesn't take, then I could probably take, or I could push and try, you know, have this dark square control over the queen side. King side? King side. And I'm preventing him from playing here. Well, I'm not really, because we can trade off the knights. But I was always kind of worried about this knight, because that's the piece that can kind of cause most trouble, I think, in this position. For example, he can go here and here. But of course, if he goes here, I'm just going to go ahead and play here just to stop him from going there. Okay, so we... Oh, okay. Okay, this is a big decision, because what to do? Do I double up? You know? Or do I go here? This is actually a little bit tough. Now, if I take, and the knight takes, then take, and then take it, then he has control over the file. So I think I should close the position down a little bit. If I can get this pawn, or, you know, if I can sacrifice, you know, if I can get the G pawn here, takes, and maybe I can push this pawn, you know, maybe in the future I'm seeing ways to get this pawn or this pawn up the board. So alright, I think this is looking to be a pretty good game. And yeah, maybe c5, maybe here's a good move, but I gotta focus on dominating this file. And we'll see what happens. And I think I can make something happen with these pawns in the future. So let's see. He's thinking for a while. Oh, okay, that's a move I didn't even consider, which is a pretty good move. Well, yes and no, because, okay, look, if I push c5, what's the point of that move? You just gave me c5 with tempo, right? And if I push c5 and you take and I take, well, actually you have this move, attacking the bishop and that at the same time. But he doesn't, because I can take here, and then save the bishop. But then he takes here with check. Aha, okay, so that's interesting. Here, takes, here. Take. Yeah, move, and then this pawn hangs, so I gotta do something about this. Maybe the best option is simply just to protect this bishop? Maybe? Yeah, I think... But how should I do it? Should I go here or here? But the thing is, if I go here, it's kind of susceptible to this pawn, right? And I can see variations where that's an issue, so I might go here. And it might give me some freedom to... Let's say here. Yeah, I'm gonna go here because I don't want to be in line with that bishop. And I think I maybe should have played here first to prevent this. But okay, I think now I can play this. Takes here. No, I can't. Okay, I have 2.5 minutes left. I need to think a little bit. I think it's fine for me. It's just he's found a way to kind of tangle up my pieces a little bit. So maybe what I can do is maybe go back here. But then I give him this, right? I give him that. So maybe a check would be a good idea, just so he moves something in front there. Or moves the king. But yeah, I kind of, you can see how quickly you can kind of, if you're not thinking, to ensnare your pieces. And now I have to get out of this kind of chokehold. Although I don't think it's too big of a deal at the moment. And this guy's thinking. I mean, I hope there's no tactics, right? Because you can kind of imagine in situations like these that there's tactics. And I really have to play against this bishop. So I really like a6 check. Because then I can play here. And if he takes, he doesn't have the knight here because I can simply just take the knight. Right? So, actually, looking back here now, I don't see why I couldn't have played this now. Because check, okay, he moves. Then I can play c5, and if he takes, he doesn't have this move. Because I can just take. So, it's probably something I should have seen before. Alright, and he just goes for it. So, there's a couple things I can do. I can... Let me see. So, if I go here, he takes, I take. He takes... Oof, I don't like this. So maybe I take here. He takes, I take. He takes, I take. Oh my goodness. Hang on a second. Then he takes. And then I can eventually... This is actually a little bit too complex. I'm starting to... See, I can pin, but then he can take. That's the issue. But then I can take with a check. He takes here. I take here. See, it's all about this pawn. At the end of this, almost every time this pawn falls. So even if he takes here, 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 yeah. Do you know? I think I have to take. I think I have to take and just live with whatever he, wants to do right now. And if he takes here, I take back. He takes here, here, take. Oh no, he can't take here because I'm just going to take with the knight. So he has to take with the bishop. Then maybe I can take. Okay, I'm calculating way too much. Alright, so this pawn is hanging. That's the thing. Maybe, okay, so if I go here, he has to take this. Then I take this. He takes this. Then I go behind a pawn. Right? Alright. Sorry, what did I just say? What am I going to do? I think I'm going to take this, right? Yes. Because he can't take with the rook, because I'll take with the knight, and I'm officially up a piece. Alright, I have a minute left. I might not talk as much now. But so he has to take here. And now what I need to do is to protect this pawn. Because it all comes down to this pawn. But once the dust settles, maybe I could just double up, because if he takes, I take. I'm still protecting this. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. And if he goes here, I can take, and then move my king, all my pawns. This is the beautiful thing about this position, right? Look at my pawns. 95% of the pawns, or whatever, they're on dark squares, so I'm actively playing against this bishop. Meanwhile, his pawns are on light squares, which means that eventually I can begin, or in the endgame, try to attack them, which is great. All it comes down is to this little stupid pawn. What I need to do, and maybe what I should have done previous move, is just to push the thing. Yeah, I could have just pushed that pawn. Okay, so here, I'm going to guess he's going to go into the endgame, right? I'm going to take, yes, this is a beautiful example. Oh my god, I can't actually believe that. Yeah, what I should have done is I should have played here first, because it's an in-between move. Yeah, that's funny. But funnily enough, I'm going to go here, so he has to take, and then my king gets a square, basically. And now I think it should be okay. Oh, he doesn't take yet. I don't understand why he's... Wait, sorry, did I just trick him? Oh my god, I just did. I didn't even see that because I took and I just came back with the rook. Oh, that's amazing. And I'm left with, you know, he's not going to take because I'm left with the bishop. I did not even notice I tricked him, but the rook just comes back and that's it. And now I'm going to centralize my king. I'm going to go ahead and check. I have 30 seconds left, so I have to really... Now, this is very easily winnable. Like, I'm going to go ahead and get this pawn. But I still need to be a little bit careful. I totally did not see I tricked the person. Because the rook just slings back to protect. So, let's trade everything off. Okay. Because I have the bishop, it can go behind the pawns, and that's all I need to do. Okay, I'm going to go here, check. He's going to move in front. I'm going to move it back. And now, he has no way in with the king. So I'm going to go here. Or just wait, really. And I can sort of break through. Yeah, let's just do waiting moves. He pushes, I'm going to push here. Again, he has no way in. And maybe I can push the kind of bishop this way and eventually get the pawns. Or just this and push, right? Take, 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 and then create a pass pawn that way. And if he doesn't take here, boom, I go. I don't think he has this because I have this, right? And there's still no way for him to get there. Now, if he pushes here, I can take, 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 and take here. So yeah, this turned pretty good for me all of a sudden. Because actually, that in-between move just actually didn't work here. Because I took, boom, and then rook back. So he never actually got the chance to take my rook back. Oh, so he does go for this. So if I take, take, take... Yeah, this is fine. I eventually take this pawn, right? Take. And then this pawn hangs. And then his king is not in time. I can just push. Like so. Take. And there's nothing this guy can do. Take, he's gonna go here. And actually, this is funny. Zugzwang, right? If I go here, he has to move the king. Right? And I'm just gonna get my king in. Like so. And then queen. I just have to watch out for stalemate threats, that's it. Okay, so he has no moves, so I just gotta make sure it's not stalemate. He has to go here or here or here. In which case, I can go here and then, yeah. Little opposition. Okay, so now this is still good because he can go here. That's the only move for him. And actually, you have to watch out for stalemate because here is actually stalemate. But I can go here, here, here. Yeah, let's do this. And then check. And then we're going to get the queen. And then very shortly it's going to be checkmate. Okay. And now are we really going to a queen and king endgame? Okay, so I'll show you how to... So... What you, yeah, okay, he resigned. Let's have a look at the analysis. I'm actually very, very interested in the... Yeah, this in between the move did not work, because I take the rook and boom. Yeah. Just did not work. I bring it back and I'm up a piece. That's brilliant. But, okay, I made 2 blunders, which was this move. I should have played here, which was, I figured out afterwards. And then the second blunder was taking, because again, I had this move. So, okay, apart from that, it was a pretty good game.